All right, so Ellen DeGeneres, uh, is it a comeback? Is it like a cry for approval? I don't know.
Mm.
Netflix just put out her new stand-up special. It's called For Your Approval.
Hmm.
And people are talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's more than just a comeback, though, isn't it? This is like full-on damage control, right? After all the stuff that went down, the allegations, her talk show ending.
It's a lot to process, yeah.
Yeah.
But we're going to dive into it. We're looking at this from two really different angles today. First, we're going to go to Reddit/our television, always
Oh, yeah.
a lively place.
Always lively.
And then something completely different. We've got a review from crack.com we're going to take a look at.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing here is, Ellen's whole brand has been like, she's the relatable one. She's the nice one. So how do you come back from all this and still be that person? Or can you even?
Well, yeah, because it's not just about being funny. It's like, can she win everyone back over?
Yeah.
And I'm not so sure some of the Reddit comments are.
Oh, Reddit's brutal.
Yeah.
The top comment, I think it said something like, Ellen being insufferable, what else is new?
Yeah.
They saw right through it.
Like, we haven't all been thinking that a little bit, right? I mean, especially
It's
after
like only after.
everything that's come out. Yeah,
The curtain's been pulled back.
yeah, totally, totally.
And then there's this whole other thread about someone's ex who went on a job interview,
Okay.
supposedly to be a PA, production assistant, on the Ellen show.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned out to be like for a hidden camera show
Oh, wow.
that Ellen was producing.
No. Really?
That's what they're saying. We can't like confirm that or anything, but
Oh.
it just makes you wonder, about what was going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's true, that's not a good look.
No. Very, very strange. Okay, well, this next thread we're going to look at takes kind of a turn. People are saying that Netflix is like the place where celebrities go to have their awkward comeback specials.
Like it's the platform for it,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like hate watching almost.
So interesting, yeah. All right, well, let's move away from the free-for-all of Reddit
Yeah,
to something a little more thought out.
right.
This review from cracks.com, they said that it wasn't even just that the special wasn't funny. It was that it felt like, I don't know, like a calculated attempt to fix things.
Like she was trying to control the narrative.
Yes. Yeah. It was rough. Okay, so they said that basically the whole thing is like, let me back into Hollywood, please. Like, that's the whole vibe.
Yeah, like a plea to be liked again. And they break it down. They don't just say that. They're like, here's why we think this.
Yeah, give us the reasons.
And one of the things they said was the humor felt really dated, like it was stuck in the past.
Really?
Yeah, like she was trying to do what worked before, but it doesn't land the same way anymore.
Huh. Interesting.
It's like she hasn't kept up with how comedy's changed, how audiences have changed.
Wow. Okay, so she's like a time capsule stuck in like 1998 or something.
Kind of, yeah. And then, and this is a big one, the way she addressed the allegations in the special, it just didn't work.
Really?
Oh.
How so?
It felt like she was more interested in defending herself than actually owning up to anything.
Yeah, I think people were ready to hear her side, but it's like she wasn't really listening to what they were actually saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she missed the mark.
Mm.
It's like she wants to be liked so badly that she can't see past that to what people actually need from her.
Oh, that's a good point.
And okay, this is where the Cracked review, it gets kind of brutal, but also kind of hilarious. They said the whole special was just one big grab for clapter.
Clapter. What is that?
Like that fake applause when you can tell the audience doesn't really mean it. They're just doing it because they feel like they have to.
Oh, right. I've been there. It's so awkward.
Yeah, and they're saying that Ellen was like visibly looking for that validation, and it just made the whole thing feel really inauthentic. And with a title like For Your Approval.
It's almost too perfect, right?
Right. Like it's almost like she's not taking any responsibility,
It's giving, I don't understand why you're upset.
Exactly. So Cracked poses this really interesting question. Did Ellen totally misread the room here? Like, did she completely misjudge the situation and her audience?
Oh, that's a good question.
It is a good question.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it makes you think about celebrities,
Yeah.
like who they are, who we think they are.
Right. Do we even know them? I mean, social media plays into it. Right?
Totally. It's like we think we're getting to know the real them, but is that even possible?
Right. And then something like this happens and it's like, wait, hold on. Makes you rethink things?
Yeah, for sure. And then there's that whole question of, can you separate like the art from the artist? Can you still enjoy someone's work even if they turn out to be, I don't know.
Problematic.
Yeah, problematic, exactly.
It's tough. It's funny you mentioned that comment about Conan O'Brien and Kevin Nealon
Yeah.
being genuinely nice guys.
Right?
It's like in this day and age, that matters more than ever.
Totally. It's like that whole cancel culture thing, but it's more nuanced than that, right?
Right. It's not just about canceling someone. It's like, have they actually grown, learned from what they did?
Exactly. Exactly. And that goes back to that question from crack.com. Did Ellen totally miss the mark with this whole thing? Like with how she addressed it all?
It seems like she did. Like she thought she could just go back to her old routine, crack a few jokes, and everything would be fine.
Right.
Like nothing had changed.
Yeah, but it has. The audience has changed. The whole conversation's changed. And she seems stuck in the past, you know?
Yeah, like she didn't get the memo.
It's a common thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially for celebrities who got famous before social media, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's a whole different ballgame now.
Before it was like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Now it's like, we are the hand that feeds you, so you better get it right.
And we're watching you.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. There's this kind of like unspoken agreement between celebrities and their fans, you know?
Totally. Like, we support you, we watch your stuff, we buy your stuff, but we expect you to be somewhat decent.
Authentic, at least.
Yeah, yeah. And when that trust is broken, it's hard to come back from that. Yeah, for sure. So it kind of comes back to, like, can you still enjoy Ellen DeGeneres' comedy now, knowing all this?
It's a tough one.
Right? Like, it's different for everyone.
Right. Humor's subjective,
Yeah.
for one. And then you add in the whole, you know, personal life thing. It's messy.
It's a lot. And there's no right answer.
Nope. It's up to each individual to decide what they're okay with, what their own values are.
Yeah, yeah. But no matter what, I think we could all agree, this whole thing with Ellen says a lot about how celebrities and fans interact these days.
Oh, for sure. It's like, how much access is too much access? How much do we really know? And what do we do with that information?
It's a lot to think about.
It is. This whole thing is way bigger than just one comedy special.
Definitely not just about the jokes.
Right.
So much to think about with this whole thing, right? Like, we went from Reddit, which is, you know,
The Wild West.
yeah, pretty much, to this, like, really in-depth analysis from Crack.
Covering all the angles.
And it's funny because, okay, we keep talking about whether Ellen messed up, right? With the special, with how she handled everything.
Yeah, she can recover, yeah.
But what if we're, like, part of the problem?
What do you mean?
Like, this whole thing, this deep dive we do with celebrities, their lives.
Yeah.
Are we making it harder for them to, I don't know.
To come back from stuff.
Yeah, like we want them to be so perfect, so
Yeah.
open. But are we giving them the space to actually, like, mess up and learn?
It's like we expect them to be these flawless beings.
Yeah.
And when they turn out to be human,
Exactly.
we don't know what to do with that.
And are we so busy, I don't know, like canceling people that we forget people can grow, right?
Yeah.
Like they can change.
It's easier to just like write someone off rather than consider that they might actually be trying to do better.
Right. Where does it end if everyone's held to this impossible standard?
It's kind of a scary thought.
It makes this whole thing with Ellen, it's not just about her comedy special anymore, you know?
Way bigger than that, yeah.
It's like how we see celebrities, what we expect from them, but also like from each other even.
It's a reflection of us, in a way.
Totally. So I don't know the answer, but makes you think, right? Like, what does it even mean to be a fan these days?
And what responsibility do we have as fans, as people who watch and listen to this stuff?
Yeah, exactly. Like, are we part of the solution? Or
We're part of the problem.
maybe that's a whole other deep dive. But for now, that's all the time we have. Think about it, though. What does it look like to forgive someone, to let them grow? And are we, as a society, even open to that idea? Something to chew on.
Big questions.
Always. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time for more,
Whoa.
well, you know, deep dives.